Pomni made a meal. For me. I love this! I can't take my eyes off of her, she's so sweet. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty familiar with the layout of the library at this point. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Pause! What's up guys, it's your girl Shonyx and welcome back to the Amazing Digital Dating Simulator. This is an Amazing Digital Circus fan game about going to a school where you can date any one of the characters. Now we already did JAX's route and we did Ragatha's route. I did a poll asking you guys who I should do next and you guys said Pomni, so that's what we're doing today. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Welcome to the Amazing Digital Dating Simulator. Wait a minute, I've seen you before. I'm Caine and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher, become a straight-A student, or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? This time I'm gonna go with a dude actually, just to give some variety. What would be a guy version of Danish? Maybe just Dane? Like Dainsliff in Genshin? I'm gonna go with Dane. Alrighty then, Dane. Then let's head inside. Hi, my name is Dane. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all of my school friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger, so where the freak is this teacher? As I step into the room to let in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall, white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be. Hello, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named, what's her name again? Ahem, all right, so if we're dating Pomni, if we're going for Pomni, what will be a good, intro to ourselves? What's a good introduction? Maybe I'm always down for a good time. I think that's a good one. Let's do that one. Righty-o, go on and take any open seat, Dane. Most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. All right, let's go next to the... Which one? Oh, the girl in the colorful hat and sailor uniform. I take a seat next to the girl in the colorful hat. Oh, hi. She gives me a shy wave, as if she's surprised I want to sit next to her. Hello there. Hey. I squint down at her desk. Written on it is the name... What? What? Why is her name Okay, I don't even want to try to pronounce that. Though I'm pretty sure I heard another student address her as Pomni. It's Pomni, she says, covering the plaque on her desk with one of her gloves. So canonically in this world, that's her name? XDDCC? Just Pomni. She lets out a sigh. When I first got here, well, it's a long story, but basically I couldn't remember my name. So Caine tried to make one up for me. For the first few days here, I was, XDDCC. XDDCC. How did she manage to pronounce that? Like how? How do you pronounce that? But nobody could pronounce that, so we ended up going with the second name he picked out, Pomni. Guess that makes sense. As much sense as anything makes here, at least, since, you know, everybody is a freaking moving and talking inanimate object. Though, come to think of it, since you just showed up, I'm officially not the newest one around here. So, I can show you the ropes if you're interested. Just as she says that, the ragdoll student at the front of the class seems to take notice of us, walking over to our desks. Oh, hi you two. Pomni. Are you making friends with the new transfer student? Hey, Ragatha. Yep, just talking to Dane. Pomni turns to me. Dane, this is Ragatha. She's our class president. Ragatha extends a hand towards me. Welcome to our school, Dane. If you ever need help with anything at all, I'm your girl. She beams. I'm happy you and Pomni are getting along. Can I tempt you with a tour of the school later? Maybe Pomni can come along too. What do you think? Pomni interjects. Oh, that's really okay, Ragatha. I've been on your tour a few times. I'll sit this one out. Oh, you sure? Well, okay. What do you say, Dane? She says, leaning towards me. Okay. Oh, wow. Can you two jump off my back is crazy. Bruh, that's so rude. Why would I say that? Do I really want a game over from Caine? No, I'm gonna say, actually, I'd like to keep talking with Pomni. Pomni gives me a small smile. Right, sure thing. I'll leave you two to it then. Ragatha seems to take it all in stride. After doing Ragatha's route, I feel a little bad. It's kind of cool to have someone else new to talk to. Really? Yeah, I mean, everyone here treats all the weirdness of the school like it's just business as usual. Now I get to see how you react to all the weirdness for the first time. It gets weirder than this. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room, something shaped weirdly like dentures. Principal Caine, how excited to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger, class, how do you do? Principal Caine extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound that sounds like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth, like they're not solid objects. Dane, wasn't expecting you here. Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Caine? Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Caine perks up. That's right, the reason I'm here to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. That's you guys. Hey there. How you doing? Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in students and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Caine bites on his hands in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet tooth dumpling adorable students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President? Caine shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. Is Caine confused that Bubble is talking? Is Bubble not supposed to talk? Why is Caine confused? You see, my little Tomar emeralds, my little shining diamonds, was one thing no academy around here has ever had. A cast of colorful characters. A competent principal. Adequate funding? Caine shakes his head. Wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about, stupid heads. No school around here has had a cultural festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy, we gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. Egads, I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or two, break some arms as well, and break your teeth. As abruptly as he appeared, Caine darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright, class, let's see the roles Caine assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Okay, Pomni and JAX, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. We've seen how she draws Ragatha. We've definitely seen how she draws Ragatha. JAX! Gangle interrupts JAX before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zooble and Gangle argue with JAX. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his last lesson planned out and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me, there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I pick up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. All right, let's check the library. Maybe Pomni or JAX is there trying to find out what a culture festival is. I walk into the library with my tray in hand. I peer through the rows of dusty, cluttered shelves and I see JAX and Pomni by the tables in the middle of the library. Even from here, I can tell JAX is up to trouble. He's tapping his foot impatiently and pacing back and forth. I can barely make out Pomni craning her neck to peer up into the tall bunny's yellow eyes. As I gingerly maneuver between the shelves, trying to avoid spilling the creamed corn casserole I brought from the cafeteria, I can make out some words. Was Kinger asked us to? I can't hear JAX's response, but I don't have to, as he mimics Pomni's mannerisms, tilting his head from side to side. Rose mocking her. As I get closer, I can hear her trying to reason with the stubborn rabbit. We should at least try to do what he said. I don't want to be the only one who didn't do anything to help. Against my better judgment, I creep closer, nearly tripping over a step stool. I manage to creep into earshot. Why? This whole thing is pointless, and no one will even notice if we bail, trust me. JAX crosses his arms, leaning back and letting out an annoyed sigh. As he leans back, he catches sight of me. Oop! Hey there! Hi! Hey, new kid! He calls out to me. What do you think? We should ditch this dumb culture fair thing, right? Her name is Dane, JAX. Second off, they were in class with the rest of us. I bet they want to stay on Caine's good side as much as the rest of us. I bet they'd rather do something fun, like pull an epic prank. Pomni gives me a meaningful look. JAX shoots me a mischievous grin. I feel like I should choose my response carefully here. All right, Pomni's right. We all have a part to play to make the culture fair a success. Let's lock in. Thank you, Dane. She trails off, giving me a nervous but genuine smile. JAX scowls for a moment, but recovers quickly. Whatever, see you losers later. You know, I still have a lot of gum to chew. What does that mean? You're gonna put it in my hair? Maybe I'll find a book about culture festivals and stick all the pages together. That's not even a prank, that's just mean. That's just mean. JAX gives a mischievous grin before strolling out of the library. I hope he wasn't serious. Ignore him. He probably isn't gonna do that. There's an awkward pause as neither of us seem to know what to say, before Pomni breaks it for us. So it looks like it's up to us new kids to find out what the culture fair is about. I nod. How hard could it be to find a book about culture festivals? We proceed into the depths of the library. I pretty much forget about lunch as we search the shelves. I mean, I don't know how good that corn casserole was anyways. Each book is so caked with dust, it feels like the library is a forgotten archive. The more we scour the shelves, the more we realize how daunting of a task this actually will be. These don't seem to be organized by genre. She looks over at me. Yeah, and they don't seem to be in alphabetical order either. What's on your shelf? Pomni lifts up a book with a happy puppy on the front, the title reading Spot's Day Out. This was between a book of dessert recipes and a calculus textbook. So it's really just random, huh? Oh, this could take all day. Pomni seems to deflate at the prospect. Hey, there's two of us. That's double the search power. It'll take half a day, maybe. We'll take it one shelf at a time. We got this. I do my best to reassure her. She looks at me a bit skeptically before nodding. You're right. We can do this. We both get back to the search, carefully inspecting the spines of every book on the shelves. Eventually, we split to different parts of the library, trying to maximize our progress.
Little help?
Pomni seems to have found a book she wants, but she's too short to get it. Meanwhile, I'm 6'2" macho man. I got that muscle. There's barely any muscle here, I ain't gonna lie. I've been working out though. There's like a slight curve there. I'm coming, Pomni. I stride between the bookshelves, coming up to her side. She points at a book on the higher shelves, and I reach for it, but no luck. It's a bit too high for me as well. I'm 6'2". Did you want me to lift you, or? Oh, wait, this is better. Pomni goes flush at the idea.
No, that's okay.
It's all right. I promise I'm stronger than I look. I won't drop you. Let me try. Let me demonstrate my strength. I flex my biceps jokingly, flashing a big grin at the jester girl. Pomni chokes an awkward laugh. I got Riz, low-key. Come on now.
It's not that. It's just, I just prefer if you didn't.
She smiles at me timidly as she clutches her arm. It seems Pomni doesn't want to be touched. I realize I was pushing a boundary and suddenly backtrack, not meaning to make her uncomfortable. Oh, okay, no worries. You want to carry me instead? Maybe you're stronger than you look. I don't know.
There has to be a step stool around here or something.
I remember tripping on a step stool by some shelves when I entered the library. Oh, here. I dip out quickly to grab the step stool and return with it. Ta-da! I set the step stool on the ground for her. She climbs to the top step, however, still has to reach a bit. She plucks the book off the shelf.
Got it. Hey, you're pretty reliable, Dane.
Now, why would I say don't get used to it? Why would I say don't get used to it? Come on now. Come on now. Unless maybe I wanted to be nonchalant, like, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing. You know how the nonchalant guys be? It's to be like, whatever, you know. And inside, they low-key got butterflies. I'm just happy to help a friend. Pomni blinks at me. Friend? I suddenly feel my stomach sink. I didn't say that too soon, did I? Pomni gives me a bright smile.
You're sweet, Dane.
We search well beyond the bell signaling lunch until the bell that signals that classes are over for the day. Time seemed to fly by with Pomni. Ah well, guess it's time to grab my things. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar jester walks up to me.
Hey, Dane. About to head back?
That's right.
If you want somebody to walk back with, I'm free.
She offers me a shy smile. Sure, that sounds good. You know, whatever.
Great.
She pauses to redo her response.
I mean, that's cool, I guess.
Look at her trying to be nonchalant. She's trying to hide it, but I think she had more fun than she expected. I did too, so I'm happy for her company on the way back.
So, Dane, how was your first day at school?
It was pretty crazy, you know, as far as first days go. Time to get home and get some shut-eye. Pomni gives me a confused look. Home? Yeah, you know, home with my parents to relax, chill out, you know, maybe get on the game, get on that PS5, get on that COD, get on that Marvel Rivals, you know what I mean?
Right.
She gives me a concerned look. What, is there something wrong with going home?
Dane, I don't know how to tell you this, so,
She begins to fidget with her hands. She about to confess to me? In one day? I mean, I knew I had game, but like, I didn't know my game was that strong.
Let me ask you this. Where do you think you live?
What kind of question is that? I trail off, my mouth going dry, my thoughts racing. Where do I live? What's happening? Am I going insane? My mind reels as it tries to process information and it can only fill in blanks. The faces and names of my parents, what my house looks like, how I got to school. I feel a trickle of blood running down my nose as I strain my mind for something, anything that defines my life outside of the school. Then I look over at the girl I've spent the day with. Pomni is looking up at me, a kind expression on her face.
I thought so. When people come to this school, they forget everything about the outside world. I even forgot my name before I came here.
She offers me a comforting smile. The warmth of her smile anchors me in the moment, pulling me back from my fractured thoughts as my thoughts return to the current moment. Make sure you wipe off that blood on your nose. So, what do? Do we just go back inside and sleep at our desks? Pomni chuckles.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. You just sounded so shocked when you asked me. Caine actually provided us some dorms to stay at during the night.
Dorms? Pomni rubs the back of her neck as she gives me an apologetic smile.
Yeah, I know. But it was nice of Caine to set up a place for us to stay in.
I nod, still processing everything. Pomni starts walking ahead towards a building nearby.
Come on, let's go find your room.
The dorm building is completely unremarkable, but maybe that's a good thing. We stride past door after door until we come to one at the end of the second door. Each door is decorated according to the personality of the person staying inside. For instance, Gangle's door looks like a traditional Japanese-style door. Pomni's door is half red and half blue, mimicking the vibrant shades she normally wears around school and the color of her eyes. My door is a plain oak door, with the name Dane embossed on a brass nameplate.
Guess this is your room.
She smiles nervously. I nod.
Are you going to be okay?
I hesitate a moment before nodding again. I open the door, which is unlocked. And it's, basic. My room is pretty generic. Basic, boring, and bland. This is a lot to take in.
Yeah,
she rubs the back of her neck.
Well, I'm just down on the first floor if you need me. Look for the blue and red door.
She offers a nervous giggle. Okay, I'm sorry for spacing out. It's just
a lot to take in, I know.
She offers me a sympathetic smile.
But honestly, once you get used to it, it can be sort of nice. And you don't have to worry about being late for school.
I can't blame her for trying to find the optimism in a situation like this. Especially when it feels like we don't have any way to resist the will of Principal Caine. As Pomni quietly leaves me to my thoughts, my mind begins to wander again. Who is Caine? What is Caine? And why can't anyone remember their lives before they came to this school? I collapse on my bed. The world spins as I stare up at the fluorescent light that illuminates my room. I low-key am very interested in a Caine route because I have no idea how, the writers of this fan game is gonna mold that together. How is that gonna work? I hope to get the answers to my questions sometime soon. My thoughts also drift to Pomni. The time we spent together today. Her walking me to the dorms and explaining everything to me. I'm lucky to have someone like Pomni around. That is the one thing I'm sure of. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. Only to be woken up again. Yep, it doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters! My puppets! Principal Caine announced from what sounds like the hallway. Ah, well, time to investigate. Caine, what the are you trying to pull this late at night? Ha ha, Zubul! His laugh is fast, forced, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep! This he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because even with the culture fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship! Everybody say yay money! I said everybody say yay money! Okay, he stretches out the last word, using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. Hey guys, are y'all buying the Wacky Watch? If y'all saw your favorite celebrity, let me think of a celebrity. Okay, Zendaya, Olivia Rodrigo, Michael B. Jordan, I don't know, Corey Kenshin. If y'all saw any of those people wearing the Wacky Watch, are y'all buying a Wacky Watch? But now we have the perfect setting, teen drama.
But we're adults, I'm actually...
Now, Gangle, I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrists. How did it get there?
What in the...
And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to your wrist with a very, very, very special adhesive. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say, they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. I can hear Gangle beginning to whine as panic set in. Pomni tugs at her wacky watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wristwatch stays fixed, her glove stretching like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Ragatha just looks down with a resigned sigh. Caine, I can't remove the arm with the wacky watch, what the Principal Caine ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue. You see, my little turtle doves, my little sassy dolphins, in order to secure the funding we need to make it to day 5 and the culture fair, I need you wearing the wacky watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do ad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your wacky watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do at the culture fair. Bye! He stretches out the last syllable as his body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communicating about the culture fair easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes.
I don't want a wacky watch.
Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up.
Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw.
Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature.
That's kinda nice.
Gangle sniffles. Aww. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from JAX's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I decide to hide in my room before JAX looks for someone to take out his frustration on. I flick my dorm light off as I close my door. I check my wacky watch. I got a text from XDDCC. Dang, it's the fact that it hasn't even changed in the wacky watch.
Hey, Dane, I just wanted to send you this text because I know you're new here. I'm sorry about Caine. He's really weird.
Everything here is really weird. Before she fires off the next text, she fixes her name in the texting app. Oops, guess Caine forgot to update my name here too. Yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to thank you for sticking with me today and for helping me out in the library.
I know this place is weird. You text a lot.
But maybe if us new kids stick together, we can still have a good time.
All right, finally I can get a word in. Yeah, sometimes, honestly, it feels like you're the only one who gets me. Maybe because we're both the new kids. But I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. I'm still getting used to things, though.
Well, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So if we keep sticking together, maybe you can feel like a member of the class, too.
Yeah, I'd like that, Pomni.
Good night, study partner.
Good night, Pomni. My room may be empty, but I don't feel as alone anymore thanks to Pomni's text. I'm really lucky to have a friend like Pomni. Even if we didn't make any headway on finding out what a culture fair is, I'm excited to spend tomorrow at the library with her. My excitement for tomorrow keeps me warm and helps me drift off into a peaceful slumber as my mind wanders to what tomorrow might hold. Alright, day 1 complete. I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my wacky watch says it's morning, but the only way I can tell is from the sliver of sunlight peeking from under my door. I slide my school-issued pajamas off and look in the closet. A series of perfectly pressed school uniforms are there with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. Looks like Caine's left me a note. Hi, Dane, this is Principal Caine. Haha, it rhymes! As part of your stay at our lovely academy, you have been provided a set of uniforms free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included in your tuition payment. I see you've taken a shine to our school's resident jester. Well, you're both new to the school, so that's no surprise. I hope you and Pomni can unravel the secret of the culture fair before it's too late. Make the most of your time. As I pull my uniform over my wacky watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Pomni.
Running a little late, but do you want to go to school together? Sorry, just finished getting ready for the day.
Yeah, I bet it takes a while to put on all that grease paint every morning. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think that's grease paint.
Huh?
She stands there a moment.
Oh, no, actually, this is just how I look.
I stand there for a second, just taking in how awkward I made things. Oh my goodness, bro. You were on a good roll yesterday. You were on a good roll. Sorry. Pomni flashes me a grin.
Nah, it's okay. I didn't even believe I looked like this the first time I came here.
She heaves a tired sigh.
At least you look relatively normal.
Relatively. Well, considering what I just said to her, I let it slide. Now, what do I look like? What do I look like? I gotta be some sort of humanoid because at least I have like, you know, regular sleeves and stuff like that. Maybe I'm like, I don't know, built like ramen noodles. We step out into the cool autumn morning. I shiver. Can't Caine give us anything warmer to wear?
We asked, but he said that since that wasn't part of the suggestion for the school, he couldn't do anything about it. Most of us started in the summer, so things were really nice then. But I'm really dreading walking around during winter in this.
She tugs at her sailor uniform. I can't help but agree.
At least we spend most of our time inside the school, so you really only notice it when you're heading to or leaving the dorms.
Yeah, that is nice. I hope we don't have any outdoor PE classes. Just as I say that, we make our way inside the school.
We don't have any classes aside from Kinger's class, which is also our homeroom.
I've never heard of a school curriculum like that. That's simple curriculum, okay. Is this place accredited? How am I gonna explain that my entire school career was spent studying English in a boarding school? Oh well, there's always jobs for Japanese to English translators. Maybe that's my fate now. Before I know it, we're at homeroom.
Thanks for walking with me.
Pomni beams at me.
Sometimes I walk to school with Ragatha, but with her duties as RA and class representative, she doesn't always have time to wait until I wake up.
Anytime. Maybe we can do this tomorrow?
I'd like that, Dane.
I make my way to the desk I chose right between Ragatha and Pomni. Class goes on normally, Mr. Kinger going over sentence structures. Suddenly, Principal Caine's voice booms over the intercom. Pomni, to the principal's office immediately! Up, please! I look over at Pomni, who seems just as confused as me. She motions a small shrug. Aw, you're in trouble. That sounded important, Pomni. You should probably go. Pomni gives me one last look before getting up from her seat and exiting the classroom. Oh no, I'm scared. I guess I'll meet up with her at lunch. I head into the library hoping to keep my promise and help Pomni figure out what a culture fair could actually be. When I enter, I don't immediately see my jester friend. I figured after meeting with Principal Caine, she would meet me here. Maybe she got a head start and is already searching the shelves. I walk around the library scanning section after section. Alas, no Pomni. I send her a message on my Wacky watch and wait. And wait. But I don't get a response. Maybe she's still in the meeting with Principal Caine? It's been over an hour since she went, though. After a while, I leave the library and look around. Where is she? Still nothing. Eventually, I see Zubul and Gangle out of the corner of my eye, hauling some paint buckets into the art classroom and approach them. Hey, you guys wouldn't happen to know where Pomni is, right?
Pomni?
Zubul shrugs. I haven't seen her. Wasn't she in the library yesterday around this time? Yeah, I was with her yesterday. You know, to help with the research and all. Sorry, Dane. Gangle fiddles with her ribbons.
Well, it is lunchtime. Maybe she's in the cafeteria.
Yeah, I'll check there. Thanks again. I head over to the cafeteria looking for a distinct blue and red hat. No dice, but I do spot someone of the purple variety. Hey, new kid. What you looking for? I'm looking for Pomni. Have you seen her? JAX stifles a laugh. That didn't take long. Pom-Pom ditched you already. Pom-Pom? Hey, hold on now. Hey, bro. Cut the nicknames. I'm going after her, okay? Cut the nicknames. She didn't ditch me. I'm sure it's a misunderstanding. JAX shrugs. I haven't seen her. I was going to Caine's office. Maybe she's still meeting with him? Nope. I was just by Caine's office. She wasn't there. Oh. But she totally didn't ditch you though, right? I glare at him and his sarcastic remarks. Later, newbie. He strolls off. Maybe she went back to homeroom? I admit, I'm running out of ideas. I decide to check our homeroom again. On my way back, I hear Pomni's voice from one of the doors in the hallway.
Ow.
I open the door to what looks like the school's nurse office. Oh! Okay. What happened? Pomni is sitting on the medical bed, her ankle wrapped up with a bandage. Pomni, there you are.
Dane, I'm so sorry I couldn't meet you in the library.
Pomni, what happened? Are you okay?
Oh, Yeah, don't worry about me. I just twisted my ankle. Nurse Ming got me all patched up.
Well, at least that's good to hear. I'm glad she could treat you. Wait, is it a girl or a guy? From behind a curtain, a blue ball joint mannequin with large googly eyes and a nurse cap appears. Oh yeah, I was about to say, I was like, I don't think it's a girl. You shouldn't assume I'm a woman just because I'm a nurse. Men can be nurses too. Look at us assuming. Get it? Assuming. Anyways. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the second time we put our foot in our mouth today. It's fine. Just know those assumptions can be really damaging to my reputation. Right. I'll be more careful next time. Seems like a sore spot. Nurse Ming turns to Pomni. Anyway, Pomni, if you're feeling better, you are good to go. Make sure you see Caine before you leave for the day to finish treatment, though. Pomni gives a nod to Nurse Ming. I offer my hand to help Pomni off the medical bed. She takes it and hops off, limping a bit on her way out. I hold on to her, supporting her as she leans on me. I figure she'll tell me if she wants me to stop, but that moment never comes.
Okay, alright.
Pomni, I know you said you just twisted your ankle, but just how did you twist your ankle? And what happened with Principal Caine?
Caine was asking what I'd learned about the culture festival so far, and what the progress was. He was really grilling me for answers, so after I told him I hadn't made any progress, I decided to go to the library and search a bit, get a head start. And then I wanted to get a book on a high shelf, but I couldn't find that step ladder, so I may have tried to climb the bookshelf.
Girl, what?
And I maybe fell and rolled my ankle on the landing?
She gives me a nervous smile. Sheesh, Pomni. You really could have hurt yourself. I know I must sound like her mother right now, but I can't believe my ears.
I know. I should have been more careful. In my defense, it's not like we can actually die or anything.
Huh?
Yeah, it's another weird thing about the school.
She looks up at me with a deadpan expression.
We can't die.
But you can still feel pain, right?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Sorry, I don't want to harp on it. I'm glad you're okay. But next time, can you just wait for me to help you or anything? She looks away, seemingly fighting her pride.
Yeah, I guess so.
I laugh.
It's so funny.
I'm sorry. I guess this is kind of surprising. I didn't expect this from you. Pomni puffs out her cheeks. The effect is more cute than intimidating.
Listen, I'm not a kid. I can take care of myself.
I look at her as she leans on me for support. Clearly. I like this dynamic. I can't help but stifle a grin. She sees what I'm insinuating and laughs along with me.
Okay. I'll try not to make a habit out of this. Let's just find Caine so he can fix me up.
I pause a moment. Didn't Nurse Ming fix you up?
Kinda. But that's really only because Caine can sometimes be really difficult to find during the day. When we find Caine, he can just snap his fingers and it'll be like I never got hurt at all.
Can Principal Caine really do that? I decide to ask her a more direct question. Hey, Pomni?
Yes?
Is Caine gone? You know what's funny about this route? This is the first route I've seen where we really question who exactly is Caine. The other routes, they didn't really question Caine. They were just like, oh, I'm focused on loving JAX, pranking with JAX, and I don't know, being an emotional support to Agatha. This one, we're like, bro, who the freak is Caine?
What?
She looks at me like I just grew a horn out of my head.
No, definitely not.
She's quiet for a moment.
Well, I guess kind of. But not in the way you'd usually think of a god. He just kind of has all the power and can control basically every aspect of our lives, which is why we do our best to appease him so it makes our lives easier. So, basically, yeah.
Another awkward silence falls. I wonder why God would want to be principal of an academy. Pomni laughs.
Hey, Dane, do you want to walk to the dorms together again today? I do owe you for ghosting me in the library today.
Yeah, I'd like that, Pomni. Soon enough, the bell to dismiss us rings, and I meet up with Pomni at the entrance. The chill air hits us both. I clutch myself and shiver as the autumn air rushes past me. Sheesh, how are there still cherry blossoms on those trees when it's so cold out?
Yeah, I've been wondering that myself since I got here. My theory is Caine doesn't understand how seasons work, So we have cherry blossom trees that never lose their flowers. I shake my head. This school is so weird. You're telling me. We share a conspiratorial laugh. How long have you been going here? Didn't you say you were the newest student before me? Honestly, not that long. Maybe a few weeks. Oh, that's pretty new. A few weeks. Wow, you really are new. I never would have guessed. You seem, really well adjusted.
Oh, thank you. To be honest, I know it's only been a few weeks, but it really does feel a lot longer than that. You should have seen me when I first got here. It was rough.
Really? She seems like such a natural.
Yeah.
She slides a hand across her neck, wincing at her own memories.
I think you're actually doing way better than me. You just sort of take everything in stride.
She offers me a friendly smile.
I wasn't able to just accept how things are here.
Her friendly smile is replaced by a nervous one.
But this place wears you down, I guess.
Dang. I'm sorry to hear that it wasn't easy for you at first. I try to cheer the clown girl up, which seems a little backwards for some reason. If it makes you feel any better, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad I'm here, you know? Pomni pauses, her eyes growing large and inquisitive as she looks up at me. I mean, you were the first person to show me the ropes. I guess you make all the weirdness and chaos feel normal. I feel like I can really talk to you. I'd say you're my first friend here. Pomni smiles, her natural gesture blush taking on a more intense, warm pink hue. She fidgets with her hands.
Thank you. I mean,
she pauses.
I also think you're cool.
Her expressions crack me up because it's like when Pomni tries to be cool and chill, she doesn't look like it. She averts her gaze from me as she confesses this. When we get to the dorms, I walk Pomni to her blue and red door. Okay, gentlemen.
This is my stop.
She smiles nervously. Oh, yeah. I felt like it went so fast. Thanks for walking with me again today. Pomni doesn't go inside just yet, her hands behind her back as she kicks playfully at the ground.
Did you wanna come in?
Oop, breaking the rules now, are we?
If you're not doing anything else, that is.
I didn't have any plans besides maybe doing the homework. Big maybe. Yeah, let's hang out. Pomni smiles, unlocking her door and leading the way in as I follow. Well, let's see what her room looks like. Okay, it's kind of basic. She still needs some time to, like, you know, add some personality. Her room is similar to mine, however, with some more personality. Her sheets are striped blue and red. She has a rug and a small accent table. For the most part, though, it doesn't look too crazy or out of the ordinary.
I know it isn't much. I just got my bearings a little bit ago, so I'm still making it my own, you know?
No way, it's great. I mean, you saw what I'm working with. Pomni laughs.
It wasn't that bad.
So, what do you usually do when school is out for the day? For fun, I mean. Pomni takes a seat on her bed and reflexively tucks her hair away, but her lack of ears makes that pretty fruitless as it just falls back into its original position. I didn't even realize she doesn't have ears. For a moment, I wonder if she has any hair under her gesture hat. I like this route because the main character be asking the questions we're all asking. Like, who is Caine? Does Pomni have hair under her hat? Like, the important questions. But the thought is gone as quick as it enters my mind.
Oh, well,
She thinks.
sometimes me and Ragatha make dinner together in the lounge. Or I study, do homework, stuff like that.
Sounds pretty normal. She gives me an odd smile, her eyes kind of shifting around like she wants to say something else. Are you good? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I don't like this expression. It's creepy. Look at her. Are you okay? What?
Well, I do like to do something else. I call it scavenging.
Scavenging?
Yeah, it's what it sounds like. There's only 2 places to go here. It's the school or the dorms and everything inside. That's really it. Sometimes if you ask Caine, he can spawn new stuff for you. That's how a lot of us decorate and spice up our rooms. But sometimes when you look in the right places at the wrong times, you can find random stuff. What do you mean?
Odd places, wrong times? What are you talking about? Pomni looks around as if this is very confidential information.
Places we're not supposed to be, you know? For instance, if you go into the school after hours, after the clubs, when it's dark out, you can find weird junk sometimes.
But look, Pomni reaches under her pillow before pulling out something small. That's how I scored this. Oh! Okay.
W, a small handheld video game console sits in her palm. It looks old, vintage. You broke into the school after hours?
Yeah?
Isn't that like against the rules?
No.
She pauses, uncertain.
Well, probably. But Caine hasn't caught me yet. Don't tell anyone else either.
Especially not Ragatha. It feels good to know Pomni would trust me with something like this. It definitely feels like we're getting closer.
The first time I did it, I was just bored and decided, why not? It was kind of spooky, but then I found this in the auditorium under a seat. It's got some games on it, weird old ones, but...
Pomni hits a switch on the old game console. A chiptune jingle plays as it powers on. The title of a game, Super Jumpy Bros, comes on the screen. I look at the small jester girl, bewildered. I'm learning a lot about her. I guess I wasn't sure what to expect from Pomni when I first started talking to her. Did you find anything else scavenging? Pomni's eyes brighten at the question.
You want to see my collection?
Oh, I hope it's not weird. She goes to her closet and rummages through it before pulling out a box, clutching a clown doll under her free arm.
This is a Kaufmo doll I found in an event.
I don't know what a Kaufmo is, but I don't ask as she sets the clown doll down. Aww, Kaufmo!
This is a Swiss Army knife I found in the cafeteria vending machine.
That looks dangerous. Okay! Alrighty!
A demon mask I found in the stairwell.
She tosses each one of these out of the closet as she announces them to me.
Lastly, I found some beef jerky.
Not as impressive, but I guess it's something.
They're not all treasures, but it's pretty fun just to see what you might find.
You're pretty into this. I chuckle at her enthusiasm.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of being back home. I used to do a little urban exploring in my free time. You know, back home. I'd even record it and post it online. Not that anyone watched. Of course, the school isn't abandoned and it's in much better shape than most buildings I used to explore, but it's something to stop the existential dread from settling in.
She giggles nervously. I see.
I've kind of always wanted to go scavenge with a partner, you know? I kind of always wanted to do that.
But there's no way Ragatha would ever break into the school after hours.
And I can't trust JAX to keep quiet about it.
She looks up at me with her big pinwheel eyes.
Maybe you'd want to tag along with me sometime?
Yeah! Sounds fun, let's do it. Breaking into the school in the middle of the night sounds risky. But I'm really enjoying spending time with Pomni, and I'd like to keep spending time with her. I guess it doesn't matter how.
What? Really?
Yeah, it sounds fun. Besides, my room is so empty, I'll take anything I can find at this point.
Okay, what do you think about tomorrow? After school?
She seems much more animated. Or at least more excited. I guess we all look animated in this school. Yeah, sounds good. I give her a thumbs up. Just seeing her happy is enough for me to also get excited about it as well. Just as we settle into a comfortable silence, something, or rather, someone interrupts us. I bet you it's Ragatha saying I'm not supposed to be in her room. Oh, it's Caine. I wasn't expecting this. Hey! Hello, my little salted caramels. What are we up to today? He comes up with the most random nicknames. Caine's voice sends Pomni on the defense, quickly stowing the box of treasures behind her under a pillow.
Caine, shouldn't you knock before bursting into our rooms? What if I was changing or something?
Well, I don't think Dane would be in here if you were getting changed. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He clocked us. Caine suddenly gets very close to me, breathing down my neck. After all, that would go against our very strict PG rating. Okay, I get it. Calm down. I don't know why I'm actually really enjoying this route. His eyes seem so big, the dark pupils, infinite voids threatening to swallow my soul. Anyway, I'm just doing a quick routine inspection to make sure everything is in tip-top shape. How are you finding your dorm, Pomni? Pomni looks around a bit confused.
It's good.
Great! And what about you, Dane? Now seems as good a time as any to let Caine know my feelings about it. I think it's a bit plain. I just wish I had something to give it more, personality, you know? I think that's risky to say because you don't know what personality he's gonna give it. Plain? That's not good. We must fix this immediately. Okay. With a snap of his fingers, we are instantly in my dorm. Caine looks around, inspecting every corner. I know. I told you it was risky. I told you it was risky. This is hurting my eyes. This is demolishing my eyesight. He snaps his fingers again, and suddenly the room is covered in red, blue, and yellow polka dots, covering the wall, the floor, and every surface. What do you think? This has tons of personality. Oh, you should have shut up. You should not have said a single word. But you're new here. You're new here, and you don't know you're not supposed to trust Caine with your true thoughts. Tell me you love it. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Dane. And would you look at the time? You need to get to bed. It's gonna be an early start tomorrow. Good night, Dane. Oh, we are stuck with this. We are stuck with this. Oh, my goodness. With that, Caine poofs away into thin air. The lights turning off with his departure, the polka dots glowing brightly off the walls, ceiling, and floor. All right, we cooked ourselves. My Wacky watch lights up with a message from Pomni.
How's it going?
He covered my room in glowing polka dots. Oh.
You have to be really specific with Caine. Otherwise, he'll just do weird stuff like that.
Yeah, I see.
I was hoping you'd get a mini fridge or something.
Maybe next time, lol. I wait a minute, but Pomni doesn't respond. I turn to go to sleep when I get one more message.
Did you want to walk to school together tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do it. I feel a warmth in my chest at the text. Pomni seems really cool and down to earth. I find myself thinking about her and her odd hobbies. She's cute. You know, she's kind of cute. Despite the atrocious spots Caine filled my room with, I managed to fall asleep to these thoughts about the jester girl. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, our room sucks. I'd rather the plain room. Waking up the next day, I can't help but feel a bit of anxiety knowing I'll be meeting Pomni soon. I spend some extra time fixing up my hair and trying to look extra nice. All right, I lock my door as I leave and make my way to Pomni's blue and red door, knocking twice when I get there. Hey, Pomni, you ready to go? Silence. I decided to knock again, a little harder just in case she's still asleep. I just realized she was supposed to get fully healed by Caine. We didn't do that yet. Pomni, maybe she forgot about our arrangement and already left for school? Sounds out of character, but it could be possible. I turn to walk away, accepting defeat, when suddenly... Okay, wait! Pomni bursts out of her room, a piece of toast in her mouth as she catches up to me. How did you make toast in your room?
I overslept,
she says between breaths.
I'm sorry.
She's panting heavily as if she just ran a marathon. Oh, don't worry about it, Pomni. I was chilling. You know, I totally wasn't about to leave you. Are you okay? Pomni shoots me a thumbs up before scarfing down the toast in her mouth.
I have to get my alarm clock fixed. I'm always running late because of that thing. And I'm kind of a heavy sleeper.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get ready fast enough. I was looking forward to walking with you again today, you know? You know what I mean? Pomni looks away.
Oh, thanks. Me too. I was looking forward to it as well.
She smiles at me awkwardly. She really is adorable. Are you ready to find out what a culture festival is today? Pomni makes a sour face sticking out her tongue.
Blech, I swear I'm gonna see that library in my nightmares.
I laugh. Well, besides our part, are you excited for the culture festival?
I guess I'm excited for what everyone else is gonna do. And I hope Caine provides some decent food stands.
That'd be nice. I think I'd like to try some takoyaki.
That's octopus, right?
Yeah, that's not too adventurous for you, is it? I tease her.
No way. I could definitely eat takoyaki. That's not adventurous at all. Maybe something like...
She thinks for a moment. Gator? I interrupt her. Pomni's face blanches. I definitely couldn't eat gator. Oh no! Oh my goodness, bro. We have eternal foot and mouth disease. I am so serious. We are constantly saying the wrong things. Of course she's not gonna eat gator because of freaking gummy goo. I laugh at her sudden change. Well, a gator wouldn't think twice before eating you. Guess we'll have to see if Caine provides any at the festival. Maybe we can see who'll eat the most adventurous food stands.
Is that a challenge?
Yeah, I think it is. I smirk. Oh, you're so on. We reach homeroom. We were so engrossed in our conversation, we didn't notice how late we were. Until we walk in mid-laughter. Oh, hello, Dane and Pomni. You guys sure are early. Huh? Early? I think you mean late, Kinger. The ragdoll offers us a smile. Hey guys, I think you probably just overslept. No worries, just try and be on time in the future, okay? Wow, looks like Dane's being a bad influence on our Pomni. Oh, take the blame or let Pomni take the blame. Let me take the blame, even though it was her fault. I'll take the blame. Sorry, Kinger. I made Pomni stay back with me to get breakfast. It's my fault. I promise to be more prompt in the future. We take our seats next to each other. I offer Pomni a smile, hoping she's not too embarrassed by the whole ordeal. But she offers me a smile back, reassuring me. I try to focus on the lesson for the rest of the class, but I can't help my eyes from wandering to Pomni. She doesn't notice me watching her as she takes notes. Her hair catches the light, just right where she looks picturesque. If I had any talent for art, I'd paint her. This is kind of romantic sounding, I ain't gonna lie to you. Kinger's lessons, background noise, muffled. I barely hear the bell as it rings for lunch. Man, our main character is whipped! JAX leans over between our desks, causing me to jump out of my reverie. Hey, Pom-Pom. Pom-Pom again? You better shut the freak up, JAX. I'ma get Pomni, okay? Stop with the freaking nicknames. You wanna skip the library duty and help me pull a really funny prank? Is it gonna be another centipede in Ragatha's locker? I'm good, thanks. No, it's way funnier, trust me. Don't be lame, come on, new kid, tell her. Is there 2 routes we could do? We should go, Pomni? You don't wanna be lame? If I press that, does it automatically take me to JAX's route where we ruined the culture festival? Let's just go to the library, let's just keep on the good route. Pomni gives me a grateful nod. You heard my study partner. Ugh, when did you become so uncool? JAX glares at me before shrugging it off and sauntering out the door. I think JAX might be jealous. I think JAX low-key might be jealous. Pomni and I head out to the library, ready to attempt to find any clue what a culture festival is. Maybe we'll find out why Caine wants to hold one while we're at it. Hey Dane, before we get started today, I figured we could maybe eat together. She fidgets with her fingers. You know, it might help us focus if we had some fuel in our tanks. She gives me a hopeful look. Sure, you want to hit up the cafeteria then? Well, actually. She averts her gaze from me before continuing. I brought lunch today. She looks up at me. For both of us. She produces something she's been hiding behind her back. Imagine if I said no. A pair of small boxes, wrapped up with a cutesy knot and light blue striped napkins. This is actually the cutest route. This might be the best route. I'm stunned by her considerate gesture. I have to take a moment to collect my thoughts as my cheeks light up in a blush. Except I'm black. I kinda messed up the first batch. She rushes, then slows down before continuing. I decided to try again and figured it'd be wasteful to just throw out the first batch. I interrupt her before she can spiral further. Thanks, Pomni. I can't wait to try it. I give her a reassuring smile. We take a seat at the tables in the center of the library. Pomni hands me my portion of lunch. This one is the better batch. My fingers brush hers as I take the box from her and she blushes. I almost let myself linger there for a few moments, but we can't afford to lose any time getting through lunch and research. Still, Pomni made a meal. For me. I love this! I can't take my eyes off of her, she's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Forget everything I said. Forget everything I said. We need to course correct. Hey JAX, you still want to do that prank? JAX, we're gonna have to eat this to be nice. We're gonna have to eat this to be nice. It's potato curry. Oh, bro, did you get the potatoes straight from the ground and mix the dirt in with it? How old were these potatoes? Were they 30-year-old potatoes? Did you freaking cook the potatoes from the Bratz Super Babies movie? She gives me a toothy smile. This looks like death. Something that was never meant to be eaten. There's an off smell that no curry I've eaten has ever had. The color is a shade of purple that reminds me of bruised skin, and I can't determine what's supposed to be in this. If she didn't tell me it was potato curry, I wouldn't have even been able to puzzle potato had gone into it. This was the good batch? As Pomni opens her lunchbox, my question is answered. A smell like dying fish wafts from her side. The curry is an indescribable color, and I can't even tell what is curry and what is vegetable in her lunchbox. Remember how in the Ragatha route, how she burned freaking pasta sauce? I can see now that she is just not to be trusted in the kitchen. I think this food may violate the Geneva Convention. So, did you try it yet? She gives me a sweet smile. I told y'all we were gonna have to eat it. Not yet. Well, go on. Her eyes sparkle with excitement. No. She looks so freaking excited. Oh, we have no choice. We actually have no choice. Oh my goodness. Take a bite. Oh my goodness. My knuckles are white as I grasp my fork. Every instinct in my body is telling me to throw this out, but I shove my fork in. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. You have to be joining up with JAX on pranking me. The curry flows over it like thick muck, and as I pull it up, the curry comes up like a sopping wet pie crust. I slowly bring it to my lips and slide it in. It reminds me of when I was bullied as a kid, and the bullies made me put a frog in my mouth, both in terms of texture and of taste. I try to make my throat muscles work as my mouth goes dry. The scent of the curry drifts up from my mouth into my nose, making my eyes water. Pomni watches me, her sadistic smile twisted by my perception, as if she were a torturer and I her unfortunate victim. I tried to remind myself that whatever she made, she didn't mean to make it, and it would make her really happy if I managed to choke this poison down. My gag reflex battles my desperate need to please Pomni, and I manage to overpower my instincts as I gulp down the slimy patty of curry. Yo, he is whipped.
So, what do you think?
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. So we just lie and say delicious? I wanna see what happens if we say it's the worst thing. Oh wait, now I feel bad. I tried to pass the insult off as a joke, but the second the words leave my mouth, I can see her face fall. She looks completely shattered as she takes the box from my hands.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I thought it was ready for you to try.
She giggles nervously, but as she turns away, I can see tears beginning to prick the edges of her eyes. I'm sorry! Way to go, me. Maybe we should just start looking for culture fair books? I try to change the subject so she can take her mind off of the food fiasco. Pomni just nods, her mood not improving at all.
Sure, let's just do that.
She says with a sigh, still avoiding eye contact. I actually feel bad. I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm sorry. It's delicious. It's delicious, Pomni. Pomni's eyes sparkle at my compliment of her cooking skills. It took me a while to get it just right. I nearly spent all night on it. Oh my goodness, she spent all night, and we freaking insult her.
Usually when me and Ragatha make dinner together, she does almost all of the cooking, so I wanted to test what I learned.
She smiles innocently.
I'm so glad you like it. Maybe I should bring you lunch every day.
No! Please, no! Bro, main character is on my timing. No! The words are out of my mouth before I can stop them. What? Shoot, gotta try to salvage this. That it's just so good. If I keep eating this, I won't ever be able to go back to cafeteria food. Plus, maybe you should let me cook for you one day, you know? Pomni gives me a confused look, but smiles at the compliment anyways. Crisis averted. I'm glad she likes me enough to make me lunch. The thought of her working so hard for me fills my stomach with butterflies. Or maybe that's the curry. But the idea of trying to swallow even another bite of this curry fills my stomach with a less generous feeling. I might have to see Nurse Ming after this. We continue to look for culture fair books, trying to sort through the labyrinth of bookshelves. I help Pomni search the shelves, but things feel different now. Every slight touch we make passing each other makes me feel tingly and anxious. When I catch her eyes, I look away, not wanting her to think I'm staring. So, Pomni, are you excited to do the thing tonight? I keep my voice low. It seems like she likes to keep her scavenging a secret. Oh boy, if anybody listens in on this, they're gonna think this is crazy.
The thing?
She looks at me a moment before remembering.
Oh, the thing.
She catches my drift and gives me a gentle smile.
Can we meet at the school entrance around 9 tonight?
I pause a moment, then realize I don't have any plans outside of spending time with her. You're the veteran here, I'll follow your lead.
Well, then 9 it is. You can repay my generous invitation by bringing enough snacks for both of us. We have a lot of area to search.
What do you think we'll find?
Search me.
What? She shrugs, then grins at the pun. What? What pun? I don't know what that means. How about this? If you could choose something, what would you want to find? She pauses a moment to think.
Good question. Maybe a camera could be fun, like those old-timey ones.
Polaroid.
Yes. Maybe we could get photos with all our friends, and if it's a Polaroid camera, you can hang them up in your room. Maybe jazz it up a little.
Ugh, I think my room is already jazzed up enough. The idea sounds appealing. You think everyone would pose for a picture?
think they would fight me on it. I get along with pretty much everyone here. When I first got here, I was pretty scared, and I really struggled to get along with everyone. They all seemed like weird caricatures. But after you get to know them, you realize we're all in the same situation. We're all stuck at this weird school, and everyone just has their own coping mechanisms. You just have to learn how to deal with their quirks.
So you're saying JAX isn't actually a jerk?
Pomni laughs, giving me a playful shove.
I just feel like you don't seem particularly close to anyone. Not that you don't get along with everyone, I guess, but you know, I just hope you feel like there's someone you can lean on. Well, she is new, and I hope that person is me. Still, I wonder if I gave away too much. I look away and Pomni clutches her arm.
Well, I mean, who knows? It might be early to tell, but I feel like I could really get close to at least one person here.
She also averts her gaze. You could cut the tension in the air between us. Still, I do want to get closer to her, so maybe if I tell her how I've been feeling, that would help. Pomni,
Hey, look at this!
She pulls a book out from the shelf. She turns to show me the cover. How to Throw a Culture Fair. She jumps in excitement.
We finally found a book about culture fairs!
I can hardly contain my own excitement. Alright, open it. Pomni lifts the cover of the book and skims a bit before she reads aloud.
Alright, so...
She takes a deep breath, licking her fingers as she turns to the first page.
Cultural festivals in Japan are annual open day events held by most schools, from nursery schools to universities, at which students display their artistic achievements.
Pomni and I blink at each other. So, mystery solved then? What do we do next?
I guess we tell Caine?
The bell rings, signaling the start of afternoon classes. We can do that tomorrow, though. Pomni smiles at me. We both pack our bags to get ready to head home for the day. Do you want to walk home together again today?
Thought you'd never ask.
I struggle to focus on the rest of my classes, my eyes watching the clock, as the second hand always moves so slowly. By the time the bell to dismiss classes rings, I'm already mostly out of my seat, knocking another student aside as I rush out to meet Pomni. I make a pit stop at my locker and see the familiar menacing grin and purple rabbit ears of one of my homeroom classmates. Well, somebody's in a rush. Got a hot date or something? His smug grin splits his rabbit face. Yeah, I'm going on a date with... Wait a second. I'm meeting up with Pomni. That was weird. As I try to push past JAX, he moves to continue blocking my path? Hey now, JAX, I know you're jealous, but just because you don't got game like me, doesn't mean you gotta block my path. Now move out the way. Go ahead and hop like a rabbit and move. Don't you got some Easter eggs to go and hide? Yeah, you and Pomni have been pretty much inseparable after you showed up. She seems to genuinely like you. It's actually pretty sweet. Thanks. I bet she'd feel pretty betrayed if you didn't show up to that thing tonight, huh? How you know about the thing? What thing? What thing? JAX rolls his eyes, but instead of responding, he shoves me. Hey! Whoa! I fall backward into my locker, which conveniently for JAX slams shut behind me. JAX? I shout. I can hear my own voice reflected back at me, metallic. Am I locked in the locker? Yo! JAX is actually crazy for this. He low-key is so jealous. Actually, not even low-key, high-key. Let me out! I peer through the slits of my locker. The walls seem to close in around me. JAX! All I can do is bang against the door, screaming my lungs out as I try to escape this hell. There's no way JAX knew I was claustrophobic when he pushed me into the locker. But right now, it's all I can do to stave off an incumbent panic attack. Somebody, anybody. My own voice is sluggish in my ears as reality seems to stretch out before me, and the world goes dark like a snuffed candle. Bruh. This is insane. When the lights do eventually come back on, everything is still dark. I wave my hand in front of my face and register no movement at all. The only way I know I'm awake is the dull ache in the back of my head and the heat of my breath in my locker. As I peer out of the slits of my locker, I see something, or someone short, walking through the hallway. I bang the door. Pomni, is that you?
Dane?
Her voice is like an angelic chorus, piercing through the Stygian darkness of my locker interior. Pomni, I'm in the locker! I rock back and forth in my locker, slamming my body against the door to help her locate me.
Okay, calm down. What's the combination?
694257. With a click that feels heaven sent, the locker door opens. Before I can think, I fall forward, wrapping Pomni in my arms.
Dane, how did,
JAX, he shoved me. Only now do I realize how tightly I'm holding Pomni. Embarrassed, I jump back, almost slamming myself backwards into my locker again. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
She mercifully interrupts me before I can stumble over my words any further. My response comes out in a rush. Pomni, I'm so sorry. I was heading back and then the locker and I got stuck and I searched for words but find none. I'm sorry. You must think I'm a bad friend. Why are you blaming yourself? It was literally JAX. Pomni rubs her arm.
Well, I mean, I was pretty disappointed, but I thought I maybe said something weird or you just forgot about me.
Her face falls a bit as she trails off and my heart begins to break. Oh my goodness, bro. JAX is ruining everything. Ugh! I'm finna make rabbit stew. I couldn't ever forget about you, Pomni. The spark returns to her eyes as she smiles up at me. I was just stuck in that stupid locker. I think I passed out there for a few hours.
You passed out?
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. I'm really claustrophobic and Pomni cuts me off.
It's okay, Dane. I shouldn't have just assumed you forgot about me. I'm sorry you got stuck in your locker.
Speaking of which, what time even is it? Pomni looks down at her Wacky watch.
9:45 p.m.
Guess I was out for a long time then.
You still want to do some scavenging?
Yeah, I'm feeling better now that you're here, so let's do some exploring.
Cool.
She hands me a flashlight and gives me a cautious smile. Sorry I don't have the snacks.
I brought a flashlight for you, so let's go see if there's anything good tonight.
She starts down the nearest hallway, and I follow her closely. Just being next to her is pretty comforting. I like this music. The shadows seem to loom from every corner around me. I'm glad for Pomni's company in more ways than one as we explore the spooky empty school.
Where should we go first?
Ooh, okay, let's go to the cafeteria first. Pomni and I scope out the dark cafeteria, long tables untouched. I sneak behind the counter to see if anything is hidden in the display case, but it's completely empty. Aw. What? I was hoping something would be in the display case back here. Pomni gives me an embarrassed smile.
Dane, things in the school are usually better hidden than that.
I think a second. What about in the vending machines then? I cut my hand over the glass and peer inside, but it's just stale snacks and expired soda cans. There's some kind of Coca-Cola variant called cocaine. Excuse me, but that's stocked during school hours. Yo, the cafeteria is so big, we managed to pass a lot of time searching it without talking to each other. When Pomni speaks aloud again, I almost let out a gasp of surprise.
Sometimes being in the dark like this reminds me of Kinger.
Oh, how come?
You know how Kinger can be,
Pomni shrugs.
Absent-minded? But I guess he's been like that for a while. But in the dark, he's actually smart and coherent, and a really nice person.
I can't imagine Kinger being coherent, let alone lucid enough to be purposefully nice to somebody.
It sounds weird, but when the lights are off, he's probably the most genuine person here.
I shrug back. Guess everyone here has their quirks, huh? Pomni gives me a smile and a nod.
Looks like there's nothing here. Where do you want to try next?
Let's go to the art classroom. The art classroom is dimly lit by the moon seeping through the windows. This must be where Gangle and Zooble have been doing most of their art for the culture fair.
Gangle and Zooble are an interesting pair, huh? Apparently, when they got here, they weren't that close, but I guess being at this school really brought them together.
Pomni opens a drawer as she continues.
Honestly, it's good for both of them. Zooble was just kind of a loner who avoided everyone at first, and Gangle spent a lot more time around JAX.
I shudder at the thought. I at least have enough of a backbone to stand up for myself sometimes. I can't imagine what somebody like Gangle would go through under JAX's torment. I check under a table supporting a few canvases that lean against a window. Nothing there. I guess that makes them a good team then. Gangle has someone normal to talk to, and Zooble has a reason to show up to school every day. I pull open an art cabinet. A few open tubes of paint and some pencils scattered across the shelves, but nothing that really qualifies as epic loot. Do you think they're, more than friends? Pomni grins at me, cocking an eyebrow.
I didn't know you were such a gossip, Dane.
She giggles.
Find anything yet?
I shake my head.
Next should be the library. It's pretty big. You think you're up to it?
Yep. I give her an exaggerated thumbs up. This isn't too different from looking for a culture festival book, except this time, I'm looking for something actually interesting. I'm pretty familiar with the layout of the library at this point. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Pause! Pomni! What are we getting into? What are we getting into?
Hey, bend over.
What?
If I get on your shoulders, I can check the upper shelves while you check the low ones.
Oh, okay. Right, that's what I thought she meant. Don't know what I thought she meant by that. Still, I steel myself for the task ahead. Time to lock in.
Let's do this.
I kneel down so Pomni can hoist herself into my shoulders. She's light, so keeping my balance isn't too difficult. Pomni's legs are warm on either side of my face. Oh. I'm thankful for the small mercy that she can't see my face as a blush rises to both of my cheeks. This is such a departure from a couple days ago when she didn't want me to lift her. She must trust me much more now. I have to focus. We move as one, searching each shelf thoroughly.
Nothing up here. You see anything down there?
Nope. We move to the next shelf, but Pomni begins to teeter atop my shoulders, almost losing balance. She grasps my hair to steady herself. Ow.
Sorry.
I hold her legs even tighter to steady her, which makes me blush even harder. I feel like there are heat lamps on either side of my face, and I can hear my own heartbeat. Careful, Pomni. It's not like Ming or Caine can fix you up. I offer a weak laugh that barely sounds like a laugh, my heart still beating out of my chest.
I'll be careful, Dane.
She chuckles. I try to refocus myself as we move a few shelves over. Then I see it, something small wedged between a pair of books. Pomni, I see something. I go for it, forgetting Pomni for a moment.
Huh? Wait!
She can't steady herself in time. My reflexes take over. Oh. I managed to catch her in my arms. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't really know how this works because if she was on your shoulders, right? And teeters over, well, maybe she fell forward, maybe? I don't know how it worked. Her panicked expression shifts to one of surprise at the catch. Our eyes meet as I hold her in my arms.
Dane?
I realize I've been holding her for maybe a little too long without saying anything. I can't hold back a furious blush as I meet her gaze. Ooh, what do I say? Don't worry, Pomni, I'll always be here to catch you, baby. Or I could say, I guess you're pretty lucky to have me around. Or I could say, I told you, be careful. Nah. I wanna say, don't worry, Pomni, I'll always be here to catch you. Pomni blushes as I let her down from my arms, returning her safely to the ground.
Sheesh, Dane, you're such a romantic. You know, I try.
I promise y'all, if I was a dude, I would be the most romantic dude ever. I'm so serious. Gender bent Shonyx, I am romantic as heck.
Anyway, let's see what you got.
I pried 2 books apart, pulling out something that caught the light when we were searching earlier. It looks like some sort of old compact MP3 player. No screen or anything, just a jack for headphones and options to play, pause, and next.
No way, you think it has music on it?
I guess it could. Do you have headphones for it? Pomni thinks for a moment before motioning for me to wait a second. She disappears into the depths of the library before returning with a set of headphones.
Snag these from the librarian's desk. Let's listen.
It's a pair of black wired earbuds. I take the right one and she takes the left one. As we sit close to each other, the wire tether keeping us close to one another. Ah, this is so romantic. This is actually so romantic. I fidget with the music player and find the play button. As I hit the play button, a melody begins to crackle through the earphones. Hey, Pomni, I like your hat. You know that? I'm liking that look in your eyes. You looking like you got something in your eyes. Look, I want to give you flowers. You know that I'm about to shower you with a lot of affection. I want to give you all of my attention. You want to be my girl? Say yes. You know, if I'm with you, I'm feeling blessed. I'ma say it with my chest. Pomni, you looking the best. So there is music on it.
Yeah, wow.
Whatever's playing now sounds like some song from the 80s. Definitely before my time. We passed some time together just listening to the music on the compact MP3 player. Do you recognize this one? Pomni takes the music player from my hands.
Nah, skip it.
She hits next. The next song up sounds like some sort of slow piano song. The lyrics are about love and loss in some sort of hotel. The melody is nice.
This one's pretty good.
Yeah. Pomni closes her eyes and rests her head on my shoulder. My heart leaps out of my chest in excitement. Part of me wants to cuddle her and make a move, but discretion wins out and I decide to just savor the closeness of the moment. Hey, Pomni? She's quiet a moment, then responds. I sit for a moment, wrestling with my feelings, but the moment feels so right. I swallow. Has my mouth always been this dry? I like you. I like you. Yo, it's only day 3! I hold my breath for a moment, waiting for anything. Rejection, laughter, or maybe even a returned confession. Instead, there's silence. Is she asleep? Pomni's breaths are lighter and I hear very slight snoring. Girl! I'm confessing my love. She fell asleep. I chuckle at my rotten luck, but let her nap on me for a while. I listen to the music and let myself doze off a bit as well. When I wake up, it's still dark out, but the clock says it's a few hours past midnight. I pause the music, which was still playing softly in our ears, and lightly shake Pomni. Psst, Pomni, we should probably get back to the dorms. She offers a groan of protest, but I shake her a bit and she nods, getting up and following me out of the library. When we get back to our dorms, the sun is already starting to rise. Uh-oh. We get no sleep for today. I try to hand her the music player, but she shakes her head and closes my fist over it.
This was your find. You keep it. Besides, maybe I'd like to listen to it with you more sometime.
She offers me a playful smile, heading back to her dorm before I can think of a response.
See you soon.
She calls back to me, waving at me before she enters her own dorm. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the polka dots. I'm in a daze as I enter my own dorm, mind reeling at the day, or rather the night's events. I know I don't have much time until I have to start getting ready for the day. Even with the little sleep I got, I feel refreshed. I'm more than a little excited to see Pomni again so soon. Man, that was day 3. A lot happened on day 3. Bro, I'm about to beat up JAX as soon as I see him. When my alarm goes off, it feels like I barely closed my eyes. The only real proof I even got sleep is my wrinkled uniform and messy hair. Hope nobody gets on my case about it. I pull my backpack off the ground, slip my music player into my pocket, and throw open the door. I feel like in this world, nobody has to brush their teeth and shower. In this world, you really don't. Pomni is already there to greet me. I yawn. Morning, Pomni. I shake my head. Pomni, on time. Wait, yeah, why were you on time? Did she just not sleep?
Hey, why are you looking at me surprised?
This is just the first time I think I've seen you on time. To anything. Pomni rolls her eyes.
Come on, I'm not that bad.
I yawn before I can muster a response. She smirks at me and stares at my mess of hair.
How did your hair get that messed up from sleeping only a few hours?
I run a hand through my tangled hair. Whatever. I look away, heat rising to my cheeks. I opt to change the subject. You want to listen to music on the way in? Pomni's eyes gleam in anticipation as she gives me an emphatic nod. We share the earbuds we swiped from the library yesterday as we listen to more old music. We take turns guessing at artists I'm pretty sure neither of us have ever heard of before. When we do finally get in, we take out our earbuds and I wrap the cord around the media player before putting it in my pocket. I realize something interesting. Pomni?
Yeah?
How long have we been listening to that thing between yesterday and today? Pomni shrugs.
I don't know, a few hours?
Right, but do you remember any of the songs repeating? She stops on the stairs and thinks a minute.
No, that's
weird, right? Wow, wait, maybe it just has eternal music.
Guess it must have a lot of storage on it.
Our conversation ends just as we arrive at homeroom. Like I said, the main character asks the important questions. Because I didn't even be thinking that. I wasn't even thinking that. JAX! The purple rabbit and our class rep are somehow already fighting by the time we step inside. Give it back! I know you took it! JAX rolls his eyes. I don't know what you're talking about. What's happening? My diary! She pulls open her desk, pointing at an empty spot. It's missing from my desk, and I know. She points at the purple rabbit who is staring back with a bored look. That JAX took it! Pomni and I exchange a look. Pomni begins to search her own desk.
Wait, mine's missing too.
What? Dang. Everybody got diaries? Are you serious, JAX? Stealing girls' diaries? I can't believe I'm saying this, but surely you're better than that. JAX's eyes go wide as he faces down the disapproving stares of his classmates. What are you talking about? I didn't steal anything! Come on, JAX, nobody else would do this. Just give the diaries back. JAX face palms with an annoyed groan. I told you already, I don't have them. He takes an exaggerated pause between each word as he casts a spiteful glare at his accusers. I look at Pomni, who has been quiet through this whole exchange. You okay, Pomni? She doesn't respond. Earth to Pomni, anyone there? Nothing. The other students continue to argue and accuse JAX. What, Pomni, are you good? When the bell finally does ring, JAX takes the opportunity to head out of class without a word. JAX, get back here, I'm not done! I stand up. Don't worry, Ragatha, I'll get the diaries back. Okay, Dane, I really need it back. That's where all my notes for the culture fair are. She clutches her hair in anxiety and frustration. Pomni was just frozen there. Pomni leaves with me as we stand up and head out of class. Wow, didn't think JAX was enough of a creep to go through everyone's desk like that. What would he even do with all those diaries? Pomni shakes her head. I don't want to know. I just want to get them back as soon as possible. I promise we will. I say, giving her a genuine look. She meets my gaze and blushes a bit.
Thanks, Dane.
Pomni and I spend some time organizing our thoughts and developing a plan.
I think the best thing to do is tell Caine. Maybe he can just...
She shrugs. Snap them back or something? What if he reads them? We make our way to Principal Caine's office. As we open the door, we're greeted by Bubble sitting in front of a computer. The occasional noise of typing on the keyboard comes from the computer as Bubble stares at the screen with an intense expression. How the freak is Bubble typing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like the important questions.
Hey, Bubble, we need to talk to... That one egg was 40 eggs!
What? Bubble shakes their head then addresses us.
Sorry, let me check the principal's schedule.
They give an enthusiastic smile, and there's a few moments of awkward eye contact as we wait for Bubble to do that.
How about next month?
Next month? Principal Caine pokes his head out of his office. Hey, Bubble, reschedule my 2 o'clock. Pomni and I exchange a glance before speed walking right past Bubble and into Caine's office.
Stop that! You crazy kids.
As we step inside, Caine is on the phone. No, not 2. 200. 200. What? You can't call me that. I'll tell your manager. Oh, you're a Harvard graduate. Then you should definitely know better than to call a customer that. You have a casserole in the oven? Oh, okay. Bye-bye, Schnookums. What? Who could that have possibly been? Pomni, Dane. The 2 people I was least expecting to see between my meetings. How is work on the Culture Festival going? Do you know what it is yet? He leans in, holding a hand to the side of his... Well, I would say mouth, but his head is a giant mouth, so he just sort of uses one oversized hand to hide half of his face. Can you tell me what a culture fair is? Pomni steps back and nods nervously.
Well, we did figure out what a culture fair is, but we need to talk to you about something more important.
She gives me a meaningful look, and I nod, turning my attention to Caine. I'm sure you do, but right now, I'm doing everything to make sure that the culture fair doesn't explode all over the place. So I only have time for official culture fair business. Pomni steps forward.
Well, Caine, it technically is culture fair business. Ragatha had all her notes in her personal notebook.
She says, trying to remain vague to avoid embarrassing anyone.
So if she doesn't get that back, then there might not even be a culture fair to explode.
Explode? What? Caine's eyes bug out of his head. What? No culture fair? No explosion? Weren't we trying to avoid the explosion? Where do you think it went?
Well, we think maybe...
She shuffles her feet.
JAX maybe could have possibly taken them.
Caine immediately takes interest. That lovable rapscallion? I'll have to. His wacky watch makes a terrible cacophony. Several animal noises screech out and springs go flying. Egads! That would be my 12:30 appointment. Good luck, you 2. I'm sure you'll find JAX and work something out. Wait, what?
Can't you just, I don't know, snap and bring Ragatha's notebook back?
No time. Good luck with JAX. What do you mean no time? He snaps, and before we can complain, we're teleported to the school rooftop.
Bro snapped us to the rooftop. If he had time for that, he could have snapped the diaries back into place.
Uh-oh. Oh, he snapped us to JAX. Oh, boy. JAX is standing there, his back to us. Wait, how did he... JAX turns around. How did you... Pomni cuts him before confusion can take hold.
JAX, look, I know you think it was a really funny prank to take everyone's diaries, but just give them back.
She gives him a meaningful look.
I have some really personal thoughts in there. This is really not cool.
Oh, it's probably about us. JAX pinches where his nose would be if he were a person with an angry sigh. This again, for the last time, I didn't take your dumb diaries. He turns to me. Dang, come on. Do you really think I did this? Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think JAX took them. I don't know, actually. To me, he seems like he didn't take them, but I don't know what kind of route that is. I don't really think he took them. I don't think he's lying. You don't? I mean, why would JAX lie and not take the credit? He'd get a way bigger response from you guys if he just admitted to having them and refusing to give them back.
But who but JAX would take them?
Hey! He gives her an exasperated look. Just leave me out of this. We need to investigate everyone equally, not just JAX. Pomni nods reluctantly. You know who hasn't said anything? You know who hasn't said anything? Gangle. What if Gangle did something? Who should we question first? Gangle and Zubul! Unless Kinger did it by accident. I doubt Ragatha did anything. Let's investigate Gangle and Zubul. We stop by the art classroom. Gangle and Zubul are too focused putting the finishing touches on their art to even look up as we enter. Pomni clears her throat.
Hey guys, we're trying to figure out where the missing diaries went. Can we ask you some questions? I thought JAX stole them. Go ahead, I guess. Pomni turns to face Zubul. Zubul, how did your morning go? Did you see anything out of the ordinary? Zubul shrugs. I got up early today. Gangle and I had a lot of art to finish, so we agreed to meet up before class. We went to school and came right here.
That's right!
You look nervous. Gangle pipes up.
We just worked all morning and went to homeroom together. Nothing else.
Wait a moment. You didn't leave? At all? You were here all morning? Well, at one point we had to move a big art piece to the courtyard, so Gangle offered to go talk to Kinger to help out.
Gangle, why did you take the diaries? I knew it was Gangle!
So that means you were in homeroom in the early morning, right, Gangle? Gangle looks away and fidgets with her hands, or ribbons.
Yeah, I guess I forgot. So, Gangle came back with Kinger to help you move the art piece?
Zubul shrugs again. Yeah, after a bit. I almost left to see if she got lost, but she came back just as I was going to leave. I nod. Something here smells fishy, and it isn't the sushi Gangle brought to the art room.
Oh, yeah, that sure was silly of you to worry about me.
She trails off. At the worst possible time, the door to the art room bursts open behind us, and JAX strides in, bearing down on Gangle. Uh-oh. It was you! You stole the diaries and pinned it on me! Ah! She throws her ribbon arms in the air, running around the art room as JAX chases her with violent intent. What? Pomni steps in front of JAX, stopping him short. Was he listening in?
JAX, stop. We don't even know if Gangle did anything wrong yet.
Oh, but you're happy to accuse me when the diaries go missing. He frowns.
All we know is Gangle was there early and spent a lot of time there before anyone else was there.
Pomni trails off. The case for Gangle's innocence is falling apart in real time. I turn to Gangle, who is shrinking in on herself in a corner of the art room. As if we needed any more chaos in here, Ragatha walks into the art room door, still ajar from JAX's dramatic entrance earlier. I heard a loud noise and yelling. What's going on in here? JAX turns to her. That's the diary thief. He points an accusatory finger at Gangle, who flinches. JAX, you can't just bully Gangle like that. Come on, Gangle, tell him it isn't true. I hear a sound like porcelain cracking as Gangle flinches away again. Uh-oh. He's lying, right, Gangle? Ragatha's face begins to fall. Gangle's comedy mask breaks in two, falling to the floor. Tears already at the edges of her tragedy mask as she curls up in the corner, the very image of misery and guilt.
No, Ragatha, he's right.
JAX looms over Gangle with a cruel, smug grin. I knew it! He spins on his heel. All of you owe me an apology, right now! Zubul scoffs and crosses their arms, interposing themselves between JAX and Gangle. That'll be the day. I'm still in shock, but Pomni takes the lead, turning to Gangle.
Why, Gangle?
She's on the edge of tears.
I needed material for my fan fiction, okay? I admit it!
You read Pomni and Ragatha's diaries for material for your fan fiction.
I mean, we already know how Gangle draws them. You know, all curvy and all that. But girl, that is a lot too far. She throws up her ribbon in surrender as she starts to sob. And honestly, I'm not messing with the tears. This is giving victim mentality. Fan fiction, what the?
I needed more ideas, some inspiration. I was hoping I could find some juicy material in them. You all probably hate me now, though.
She turns away from us. I would never trust you again. While I don't think hatred would be a wholly inappropriate response at this time, it's hard not to pity her. No! It's actually easy not to pity her! Gangle, look, those have some really personal things. Next time you can just ask me. I'll tell you something spicy. I promise. No, you won't. Ragatha gives a confused but encouraging smile. I'm sorry, everyone. We all spent some time reassuring Gangle, except for JAX, who can't stop rolling his eyes and telling us we still owe him an apology.
I didn't even really get anything interesting out of them anyways. Well, except...
A sly smile crosses Gangle's mask. Why would you do that? I mean, cool, but like, why would you just blurt that out? Oh my goodness. If I was Pomni, I would be pissed.
Pomni thinks you're really cute, Dade.
Gangle! I clap my hands to my mouth as Pomni glares at Gangle.
But other than that, it was nothing. I'm really sorry, guys.
As she finishes giving back the diaries to Ragatha and Pomni, one still remains in her hand. She freezes. A black book. None of us recognize it. And for a moment, I think it's just a random book, until I turn to see JAX blank.
She's writing fan fiction about JAX. JAX has a diary? Oh, guys, I love this route so much. How did you? That was in my dorm, Gankle. He begins to make his way towards her. Girl, you need to run. You're dead. Gankle lets out a wail as she begins to run away, but Ragatha stands up and blocks him. Move, Ragatha.
Don't move, Ragatha!
Shut up, Gankle.
He won't hurt you. He thinks you're too soft and huggable and...
Shut up, Gankle. Ragatha and JAX both blush. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness, he put that in the diary. He put that in the diary. Wait, I need to go and read that again. What did he say? He thinks you're too soft and huggable. Oh! Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Ragatha and JAX both blush, but JAX backs away from Ragatha, affording Gankle some degree of safety. Oh my goodness, he likes Ragatha. Oh my goodness. Ah! Gankle takes advantage of the opening to flee the room. Gankle! Hey. He chases her out, followed closely by Zooble. Thank God I got my diary, JAX. I really needed my notes on the culture fair. Huh? We all pause a moment as we realize her frozen slip. Her face goes beet red. I'm back! Got my diary back! She pounds her head with her own fists as she flees the room. This is the most dramatic scene in this game. Speaking of crushes, I turn to face Pomni. You think I'm cute?
well...
Her face turns from white to red.
That is, I'd just like to say...
As Pomni stumbles over her words, Caine bursts out of thin air. Caine wanted all of this to happen. The ratings must be sky high. Excellent work, my little investigators. Looks like you found the magic diaries and got the culture fair back on its track. Magic diaries? We're showered by confetti coating the floor in a mess of colorful paper. I shake my head and small pieces of confetti come raining down like multicolored dandruff. Ew. As a reward, I'm gonna send you two on a vacation to a location of your own choosing.
Wow, seriously? Anywhere? What do we pick?
Well, you led the investigation, Pomni. You can pick.
Oh, come on. I can't think of anything right now.
You have 10 seconds or you'll go on a vacation to the fudge dimension. I don't know if I want that. He says the words fudge dimension in a deep tone with a heavy reverb. How does he do that? A clock appears and begins to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Amusement park. Amusement park. We want to go to an amusement park.
She shouts out just in a nick of time. Caine snaps his fingers. Your wish is my command. You get to go to Bubble World. It's open, it's ready, and more importantly, we have free tickets through our Wacky Watch sponsorship. He claps his hands and a glowing white portal appears behind it. The faint outline of various roller coasters and the sounds of general merriment emulate from it.
Oh, wow.
Let's go, Pomni.
What? Right now?
I'm not even dressed for an amusement park, though. What does that even mean? Still, some time to get ready would be nice. I turn to Caine. Can we go to our dorms to get ready first? Caine considers it a moment before nodding. All right, be back here within the hour, you two. Pomni nods before giving me a grateful smile. We head back together. As I step into my room, though, I notice I am woefully underprepared for a date with Pomni. I don't even have anything aside from a set of school uniforms in my closet to change into. Well, standing in front of my closet won't make a new outfit materialize. I step outside. Maybe I can order an outfit on my Wacky Watch or something? Hey, Dane, what's going on with you? Zooble strolls past, stopping in front of my dorm to make conversation. Hey, Zooble. I'm going to the amusement park that Principal Caine just opened. I think he called it Bubble World. Bubble World? I shrug. Principal Caine made it up. I guess he can just call it whatever he wants. Zooble nods. Maybe I should take Gankle there sometime, if she's brave enough to ride any of the rides with me. Aw, that's sweet. On like a date? Zooble looks away blushing. What? No, like a normal hangout, Dane. They give me a look, but they're protesting so much that I'm pretty sure I guessed Zooble's intentions correctly. Sure. See, this is so convoluted. Zooble likes Gankle, but Gankle likes Ragatha a lot, and also Pomni a little bit. Ragatha kinda likes JAX. JAX likes Ragatha and Pomni. Pomni might like JAX a little bit, and I don't think that she likes Ragatha that way. But I think that's the whole love triangle circle thingy. I don't know, is that a love octagon? I don't know. And then Kinger's just to himself. Sure. Zooble turns to me. Why are you going anyway? Are you going on a date? If they could smirk, they would be doing it right now. Their accusation makes me blush. Well, I don't know. I'm going with another person, but we are, I didn't ask the other person on a date, just like hanging out with Pomni. They lean in my face. How did you know? I mean, it could be her, I guess. Zubul rolls their eyes. Real subtle, Dane, but she's been stuck by your side almost since you first showed up. Has she? Zubul rolls their eyes again, then nods before looking at what I'm wearing. Are you seriously wearing that on your date? I blush furiously. It's not like I want to, but I mean, I've been looking around my dorm and all I can find are spare school uniforms. I don't even know where to get an outfit at this time of day. Zubul puts a finger up to their chin. Hold that thought. Let me check my dorm. What? You can't go on a date dressed like that. And besides, I owe you some sort of thanks for getting everything sorted out with the diaries. That's not really... Shut up. I'll be back in a bit with something for you. Zubul departs for their dorm. When they get back, they have a leather jacket, dark jeans, and a plain white tee folded over one of their arms. It's not much, but this is what I have that will probably fit you. Thanks so much, Zubul. Don't mention it. All right. Wearing my new clothes, I walked to the portal Caine opened to Bubble World. I apparently got there before Pomni. Well, Pomni's always late. Even though neither of us called this a date, I can't help but feel myself getting anxious as I wait for her. Eventually, she does show up, walking towards me and giving a wave as her face lights up with a smile. Hey. Oh, wow, she has hair under the hat! She has hair under the hat, guys! Hey, Dane. Pomni decided to dress up for the occasion too, which makes me feel a little happy, so the hat's not stuck to her head. And a little more confident that she might feel the same way I feel about her. You look great. She looks me up and down while I try to conceal a blush. I really like your outfit too, Pomni. Ready to go in? Pomni nods enthusiastically. Yep. The moment we enter the portal, we're bombarded with sights and sounds. Signs advertising various attractions sit among the nicely manicured topiaries at the entrance. Multicolored roller coasters, tracks in the distance, promise a menagerie of thrilling rides. What are with these long words? A cheery tune that sounds suspiciously like a royalty-free version of It's a Small World plays throughout speakers in the park. There's a lot of rides here. Some game stands, she says, picking up a park map and pointing to various areas. And oh, look, a Ferris wheel. She says that last one with a little extra excitement. What should we do? She looks up at me smiling. Let's do the roller coaster first. The first coaster we come to is called the Star Killer. It boasts some intimidating lift hills and drops, a few loops, and even a short period of track where the cars are suspended upside down. Pomni jitters a bit as we approach the queue line. How high do you think that drop is? Yeah, I say, barely hearing the question as I look up at it. Pomni giggles. You nervous? Maybe, I say before regaining my composure. I be nervous. I hate heights. But I can do this for you. I give her a thumbs up. She chuckles and gives me a smile. Well, if it gets too intense for you, you can always hold my hand. I blush at the proposition. Since there's no line, we breeze through the queue. I'm not sure there's anyone else here at all. We board the ride and the restraints lower themselves, making sure to take seats next to one another. I let Pomni talk me into sitting in the front car, despite my better judgment. I grip her hand before the ride even starts. She squeezes mine and gives me a gentle smile. You're gonna be okay. This is gonna be fun. She reassures me. Caine's pre-recorded voice booms through the speakers. For your safety, please keep all claws, hands, arms, tails, ribbons, and various appendages inside the coaster. Now get ready for blast off on the Star Killer, rated for 900 G's of force. Surely that number can't be right. That would kill anyone who rode on it, right? I have a moment to ponder this before the coaster is launched forward up the first hill. The coaster whips this way and that at breakneck speed. I'm jerked around with such force that I can't even manage to scream as we descend the first gut-wrenching drop. Pomni cheers and laughs at my side. I close my eyes and squeeze her hand. On the second drop, I manage to scream. Ah! As we plunge through 2 consecutive loops into an inline roll, I barely keep my lunch down. Finally, we reach the safety of the station. Thank you for riding the Star Killer. As a reminder, Bubble World claims no liability for upset stomachs, soiled pants, or lost limbs. What was that last one? That was so fun. Come on, Dane, let's go again. Yo, her evil side is showing. I managed weakly, putting on a fragile smile. I let Pomni talk me into riding that coaster 3 more times before my stomach can take it no more. We ride a few other rides like the Extinction Event, the Flying Dutchman, and Friar's Deep. I learned quickly Pomni is a connoisseur of thrill rides, as she regales me with the precise technical names of each gut-churning spin and turn we go through during the ride. The only one I enjoy is the one we only ride once, the Dino Coaster Jr., which Pomni insists is kinda lame and definitely for kids. Well, I liked it. As we go on the Extinction Event for a second time, Pomni turns to me. Make a face when we go past the camera. I want to get a picture so we can always remember today. I nod, trying to marshal my strength, but after the first drop, I'm a screaming mess, and any hope of putting on a brave face for the camera is lost. Pomni tugs me by the arm as the ride finishes. Come on, let's look at the picture. She leads me to the photo booth before putting a hand over her mouth. Oh my goodness, look at your face! She looks so cool there, actually. Pomni's putting up a peace sign and pretending to yawn. My face is contorted in an expression of fear, as if someone just told me I was gonna die before the coaster arrived at the station. But even so, I can't deny that my expression is kind of funny, and I want to remember this day too, so I nod. Yeah, let's get this picture. I smile. It may have felt like each coaster was going to be the death of me, but just seeing how happy this made Pomni, I would do it over again in a heartbeat. Aww! I step up to the counter and pay for the photo, handing it to Pomni. She looks up to me, grinning from ear to ear. Dusk comes before either of us are ready. Time flying by as we eat fried foods, try and mostly fail carny games, and Pomni talks me into trying various death-defying thrill rides. Pomni surprises me by taking my hand, tugging me towards the immense silhouette of the Ferris wheel in the distance, the park lights coming on and illuminating our path in neon green and cool blues. It's finally dark enough. Let's go to the Ferris wheel, Dane. We can get a good view of all the lights. I let her pull me along the route to the Ferris wheel. Pomni may be looking ahead, but I can't focus on anything but her hand in mine. I've wanted to hold her hand all week, but I was never sure when the right time to make the move was. Now that she tugs me along the path, I'm glad I waited for the opportune moment. I savor every second as we sprint through the chill, late autumn air. The Ferris wheel is lit up like a Christmas tree. She keeps a firm grasp on my hand as we breeze through the queue. A mannequin holds one of the cars for us, ushering us inside. Here goes nothing. We step in and the door is closed behind us. Once the car ascends a bit, I ask Pomni a question. So, why an amusement park? She shrugs. Well, I guess I just wanted something that everyone could enjoy a few times. Only being able to go to school or the dorms all the time is kind of a drag, you know? I nod. I started to feel like I was going crazy. She chuckles, staring out the window of the car and pausing a moment before collecting herself. Amusement parks are just for fun. She blushes. Although this week hasn't been all bad, you know? Not all bad, huh? You know, I've just been having a lot of fun this week with you. She smiles shyly, looking up into my eyes. And I wanted to maybe just do something, you know, just us. This whole week has been fun for me too, Pomni, not just today. You have to be the coolest person I've ever met. I mean, I wouldn't have ever tried sneaking into school at night. Even in the case of the mysterious diary disappearances. Pomni puts on a posh British accent. Elementary, my dear Watson. What? Sherlock Holmes, you know, the famous detective? I smile sheepishly. I guess I should pay more attention in literature class. Pomni smiles apologetically. Well, you were a good sidekick. Thanks. I just liked spending time with you. I say, not able to fully conceal a blush. Dane? I meet her gaze, noting her serious tone. I want to thank you for everything, she says, looking at her feet, then out the window at the glowing park lights. Before you came to this school, I really felt like I was just going through the motions. And even before I came to this school or the circus, I still felt lost. Like I was just doing things to get by without actually living. I wanted people to take me seriously when I didn't even take my own life seriously. I guess I just wanted to feel seen, like I was doing something important. But with you, she trails off a moment. I feel seen. I feel like you get me, and I don't feel like I'm weird, or I need to be ashamed around you. You, don't know how much that means to me, Dane. She looks back at me. Pomni, I take her hands in mine. You shouldn't ever feel bad for being yourself. You know, I confess, you really are the coolest person I ever met. You already said that. She blushes back at me. Dane, you're funny, you're witty, and, you're really, really cute. Pomni smiles. Aww! Bro, the cuteness is overwhelming me. Thanks, Dane. I think you're cute too. I grin. I remember from earlier today. Earlier? I see her blush furiously as she remembers Gangle's antiques with the diaries.
I'm gonna get Gangle for that.
I laugh. Well, can we keep holding hands?
Of course we can keep holding hands, Dane.
She smiles, letting out an amused snort. As our car on the Ferris wheel ascends, she puts her head on my shoulder. It reminds me of when she fell asleep on my shoulder yesterday. But it's made all the sweeter by the fact Pomni is awake this time, snuggling into my shoulder. Which reminds me of how I almost told her. I almost told her that no time like the present. Pomni, before I can finish the thought, Pomni reaches out and touches the glass, breathless at the view.
Hey Dane, we're at the top, look!
Her pinwheel eyes are aglow in the reflection of the myriad lights of the amusement park. I can't keep my eyes off of her. Like, I've never seen a character so whipped.
So pretty.
Yeah, I say even though we're looking at different things. Oh my goodness! Pomni's eyes eventually catch my gaze and she blushes.
You're not even looking at the lights.
I know, I just can't take my eyes off of you. I manage before my courage gives out. I'm sorry, is that weird? Pomni gives me a playful smile.
Maybe a little bit.
She moves closer to me, planting a kiss on my cheek before I can react. Told you I got game.
But it's also very sweet, Dane.
My face goes red. I rub the place where she kissed my cheek. It feels like a miniature fire is blossoming right where she kissed me. We keep holding hands, even as we depart the Ferris wheel, talking about nothing and everything at the same time. Sometimes I feel like I could be happy just walking and talking with her for the rest of the time, even if my heart is beating out of my chest the entire time. We get back to the dorms all too soon, and she lets my hand go as we get to the door of my dorm. Pomni smiles shyly at me.
I had a great time today, Dane.
Me too, Pomni.
You'll be at the culture festival tomorrow, right?
Yup. We stand there awkwardly. I don't want the night to end just yet. Should I kiss her? What if I'm misreading things? What if she thinks I'm weird? What if I'm moving too fast?
Well, I guess this is goodnight, Dane.
She takes a step towards her door. Sweet dreams, Pomni. She goes back to her dorm, shutting the door behind her. Stupid! I missed my chance. Well, as I enter my dorm, I comfort myself with the knowledge that the date still went better than I could have hoped. At least she kissed me, even if it was just on the cheek, and we got to hold hands a lot, which makes me really happy too. It makes the fact that I didn't kiss her on the way out tonight all the more painful. Tomorrow at the culture festival, I'll confess everything about my feelings for her. Maybe she'll even let me make up for the missed kiss. But even thinking about that makes my heart pound against my ribcage. I turn my light off and hope to get some sleep despite my brain racing with thoughts of Pomni. Day 4, complete. I wake up on the morning of the culture festival. Carnival tunes from the amusement park Pomni and I went to yesterday still echoing in my ears. I'm still a bit flushed after everything that happened, especially the kiss at the top of the Ferris wheel. Still, I managed to pull on one of my many freshly pressed uniforms through a haze of anticipation. I'm ready so early that I end up opening my door right as Pomni was going to knock on it. Wait, why is Pomni early?
Oh, Dane, you're up early?
Well, I guess I was just excited to hang out again, you know? I smile back.
Good, you ready to do our presentation?
Present what now? She pulls out some papers from her backpack. After sorting through them, she hands about half to me.
Remember, we did all that research on the culture festival?
It's all coming back to me now. Oh, right. Between the midnight urbexing of the school and our amusement park date. Was that a date? It's hard for me to tell. I shake my head to dispel the thoughts and try to focus on the notes she handed me.
I wrote up your part for you.
I nod, grateful.
Agatha asked what time we wanted to do our presentation. I sort of answered for both of us and said we wanted to do it early in the day. Then we can focus on actually enjoying the culture fair once we finish our presentation. I nod again.
Sounds good, Pomni. All right. We walk through the cool morning air together. I try reviewing all of the paperwork that Pomni handed me. There's actually some interesting stuff in here. According to these notes, the root word from which culture fair is derived from has to do with Japanese religion, and people believe the gods descended from the heavens. In fact, shrines were typically present at a lot of these fairs and festivals, and local farmers would pray for good fortune. Wow, this history stuff is actually pretty interesting.
Thanks, I tried to focus on the most interesting parts of the book, but it was pretty dry.
I nod.
You nervous, Dane?
Nervous? Me? Why would I be nervous? What are you talking about? Oh dear God, I am nervous. Not just about the culture festival, but about things between Pomni and me in general. I feel like my feelings are probably reciprocated, but I can't really tell for sure. Bruh, she kissed you on the dang cheek. It's reciprocated. But I feel like I can't ask until after the presentation is over, because if Pomni doesn't like me, then things are going to be really awkward. I accidentally voiced my discomfort out loud.
Hey Dane, are you okay?
Yeah, probably just something I ate yesterday.
We could take you back to Nurse Ming before the festival if...
No. I say a little more loudly than necessary. I'm fine, really. I try to give a reassuring smile, but I probably look like a seasick crocodile. Let's do this thing. I try to imitate Ragatha's arm punt thing that she does when she's trying to reassure everyone.
If you say so, Dane.
We walk in. Ragatha is already there, ready to greet us. Oh, thank goodness. I was beginning to think you two were going to be late, and I would have to hand your spot over to Gangle and Zooble. Near the stage, Gangle is holding up 2 pieces of art to Zooble, neither of them appropriate for a school activity. Zooble wordlessly shakes their head, and Gangle pouts, putting them down. Ragatha gives us a tight smile. Gangle needs some helpful critique on what she can and can't present. Stage is ready. She gestures to the auditorium stage. Around us, students converse with one another. None of them seem to know what they're waiting for. We ascend the stage. I stand next to Pomni, trying not to look awkward. Pomni taps the microphone.
Testing. Is this thing on?
Her voice fills the room. Each of the students goes silent and stares at her at the same time, like an army of automations.
Hey, everyone.
She gives a nervous smile.
I bet you're wondering why you're all here.
She giggles uncomfortably. A familiar voice calls out from the audience. Yeah, now that you mention it, I do wonder why we're all here.
Well, we're here to talk about what a culture fair...
Yawn, he says, making an exaggerated yawning motion in the audience. Some of the crowd begins to giggle at his antiques. Ooh.
Seriously, Jax?
She doesn't seem too amused. We're already at a culture fair. What is there to know? More laughter. Pomni tightens her lips. Hey, Jax. Oh, hey, new kid. Are you done disrupting our presentation? That depends. Are you done boring me to tears? More students join in. I'm starting to get flustered, but I take a deep breath. If anyone's going to save this culture fair, it might have to be me. Look, listen up. The word for culture fair is believed to come from the Japanese word matsuri, which means I'm about to box him. I'm about to box him. I'm about to box him. He makes a loud farting noise with his mouth. The entire student body ripples with laughter. I'm actually gonna fight him. It means out of the corner of my eye, I see Caine eyeing me balefully. Are you guys going to do your presentation, or? Do you not see what JAX is doing? Do you not? Suddenly, an idea dawns on me. Oh. Hey, Caine, can you remind me who all was supposed to do the culture fair presentation? Caine gives me a confused look. Well, it was you, Pomni, and JAX, of course. Well, shouldn't all 3 of us be up here? A light dawns in Caine's eyes. Good point! He snaps, and JAX is teleported to the stage. What? And Caine, since all the lines are taken, how about you just put JAX in a costume? What were you thinking? JAX frantically wheels his arms. Wait. Don't I get a say in this? Caine ignores him. Well, Daruma dolls are pretty important to Japanese festival culture. Maybe you could... Daruma, what the heck is... Oh! That's actually perfect. Caine snaps his fingers and JAX is encapsulated in a large red egg-like plastic costume. His face, the only visible part of him, is caked in thick white makeup, and he can't wipe it off either. And a large mustache is drawn on him in black ink, with orange rings around his eyes. Hey, you can't do this! I turn to Caine. And Daruma dolls can't talk. Caine snaps his fingers. Say no more! A cartoon-like zipper appears across JAX's lips before zipping shut. JAX goes silent, bobbing back and forth in his egg-shaped costume, murder in his eyes. Oh my goodness, we got on his bad side. I turn to our audience. Some of them are still laughing at JAX, but not because of anything he is saying. I do my part of the presentation, talking about the religious roots of traditional Japanese festivals. When I finish my part, I glance over at Pomni. She's trying to stifle a laugh. Back to her old self, she confidently comes up to the microphone, talking about the various foods provided at Japanese festivals.
Daruma dolls aren't food, but they are a big part of Japanese culture too,
she says, gesturing to JAX, who by this point has sort of resigned himself to his current fate, his eyes glazed over.
A person might even receive multiple Daruma dolls throughout the year as a good luck charm and as a symbol of perseverance. They're involved in a Japanese festival related to the New Year too, where people bring all their Daruma in a pile.
A few cutouts of Daruma appear, courtesy of Principal Caine, piling up behind JAX.
And the Daruma are lit on fire to create a bonfire to give thanks for past triumphs.
A giant prop flame appears behind JAX, whose eyes are wide with panic as it approaches. The fire isn't real, but as it eclipses the Daruma, it creates an effect where only a black silhouette of the pile is visible. So it looks as if they were in fact being burned. A trapdoor drops JAX and the Daruma cutouts beneath the stage. And after the old Daruma are burned, a new one is purchased for luck in the new year. JAX, still in full costume, pops out from the same trapdoor he was dropped into moments ago, eyes dazed by his rapid descent. Then ascent. Yo, he deserves all of this. Not just for today, but also when he stuffed me in the freaking locker. The students laugh at theatrics. And that's our presentation. Pomni and I hold hands as we take a bow. Period. Pomni and I exchange a smile as we walk off the stage. Our triumph is short-lived, however. Uh-oh. Dane, you are so dead. Oop. He somehow got free. Nobody makes me look like a... In the nick of time, Caine appears between JAX and the two of us. JAX, that performance was inspired. What? Caine, get out of my way. I need to... I don't think so, my boy. In fact, I think we may have just found our new mascot. Oh. With a snap, JAX is encased in a new Daruma costume. This one with just enough room for his gloves to stick out of either side and his shiny shoes to stick out of the bottom. Now, get to dancing. Show us some school spirit. Oh my goodness. He's going to kill Dane. JAX scowls at me. This isn't over. Yet as Caine ushers him out towards the hallway, I think that at least for now, I'm safe from his wrath. How did you think of that, Dane? I shrug. I remember reading about them in the Culture Festival book. And I saw Caine and I just thought, what if we made JAX help us out with the presentation anyways? Pomni giggles, giving me a playful punch in the arm. Well, that was seriously genius. We share another smile as we walk towards the food stalls. As we're getting traditional fish-shaped cakes from one of the stalls, I turn to Pomni. So, about yesterday. Pomni grabs her fish-shaped cake and takes a bite before turning to me. What about it? She says, her mouth full of pastry dough and red bean paste. I was just kind of curious where we stand with one another. Her face pales as she gulps her food down. Oh, Dane? Well, direct to the point, huh? She scratches the back of her neck, looking away from me. Well, the truth is, I guess I sort of am, She rubs the back of her neck. You're gonna really make me say it? I wait with bated breath. Think I like you a lot. She blushes furiously. My heart skips a beat. Pomni. I know it's kind of embarrassing and I totally get it if you don't feel the same way, but you know, you asked, so. Me too. So if you're not interested. She pauses, her mind processing my words. You too? Her cheeks flush an even deeper crimson hue. Well, wait, really? I lean forward and seal my words with a kiss. Hey! Hey! We love to see it. We love to see it. It was a long time coming. This might be one of my favorite routes. This might be one of my favorite routes in this game. For a moment, Pomni seems too shocked to respond. Then she sinks into the kiss from her end. For a second, we stand there. A second that seems to pass too fast, but also seems to stretch into eternity. When we finally pull back, we're both blushing. So, you weren't kidding when you said you liked me? You meant it too, right? Of course, I mean, I kissed you too, right? She giggles nervously. So does this mean? I trail off. Oh, I think this definitely means. She gives me a smile, wrinkling her nose. Good. My legs feel like they're going to give out underneath me. We both find a place to sit nearby. So when did you figure out I was into you? I thought maybe when you found me in my locker during the urbexing thing, and I felt pretty sure while we were at the amusement park, but I wasn't sure if you were just trying to be friendly. Pomni laughs. Well, for future reference, I don't kiss my friends on the cheek during a romantic Ferris wheel ride. Duh, exactly, that's what I was trying to say. I rubbed the back of my neck. Yeah, I figured, but I didn't know. And I really didn't want to ask you and have you turn me down. And then the whole culture fair presentation would be awkward, you know? Pomni smiles up at me. Well, I appreciate that. I think honestly, part of the reason I like you so much is you make me feel heard. Sometimes everyone here is so tied up in dealing with their own business that it can feel really like you're alone. Or at least you can only have a surface level friendship. But with you, Dane, I can't explain it. You're different. You make me feel seen. And you make me feel like, I don't know, I guess I feel like I can just be my fully authentic self around you. She blushes, hiding her face behind her gloves. I know it's kind of embarrassing when I say it out loud. I lean forward and kiss her forehead. I think it's sweet. And I feel the same way.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, I feel like Ragatha is so busy with the student council thing. Gangle and Zooble are sort of their own clique. Kinger and Caine are faculty, so it doesn't really feel like they know what it's like to be a student. And JAX is, well, I cast a glance over to the Daruma JAX, who is still glaring at me with murder in his eyes from afar. JAX. Pomni chuckles.
Well, all of us are getting together later to do fireworks on the roof. Would you want to come as my partner?
I nod. That sounds great, Pomni. She smiles back at me.
All right, we're all meeting after the culture festival.
We spend the rest of the festival together. When the festival ends and JAX is freed from his costume prison, we both beat a hasty retreat to the dorms. Yeah. I sort through my uniforms, trying to pick one from the identical sets of uniforms, until I see that a yukata has been laid out on my bed. On it is a note from Principal Caine. Congratulations, Dane! I want you to have this. This was my grandmother's yukata, and before that it was her grandmother's yukata. Is that why it reeks of mothballs? And I heard someone special invited you to a fireworks festival. So show up in my granny swag, make Grandmama Caine proud. Okay, even though it smells very strongly, I pull it on and somehow it fits me perfectly. As I slip the yukata on, I hear Pomni knocking at my door. I open it. Pomni's in a beautiful yukata of her own. She does look pretty.
Hey, Dane.
Her nose wrinkles.
Do you smell mothballs?
I sigh. I don't want to talk about it. Dang it, bro. This is gonna ruin our game. Pomni shrugs, offering a hand.
Fair enough. You ready to go?
I nod. On the way to the school rooftop, we talk about everything and nothing. We talk about the school and culture festivals, and how JAX looked in that ridiculous Daruma costume. I hope he isn't still mad at me for that.
Well, I mean, it'll probably be fine, right? What's the worst he can do?
Push me off the roof?
Well, just don't think about it. You won't die. I'm sure he's probably over it by now.
She gives me a nervous smile as we ascend the stairs. But as we reach the top, everyone is in surprisingly good spirits.
Pomni, Dane, you made it.
Good to see you two. You make a cute couple. We both blush.
I know, you two are so cute together. I have so much ship art to start working on.
Ship art? Like boats? As I'm pondering Gangle's words, JAX walks up to me. Everyone gives us a wide berth. So, Dane, I flinch. Relax, I'm not here to push you off the roof. You definitely thought about it though. He says, wearing a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Not yet.
Yet? He sighs. Look, I absolutely should throw you off 3 floors for that stunt you pulled with Caine. And I fully intended to, but... He glances at Pomni. Well, Pomni's cool. You two remind me of how I used to be when I hung out with someone who used to go here. Aww, he was talking about his friend freaking Ribbit. Who was... JAX hold up a finger. Don't push your luck. So in the name of peace and the culture festival, I'm giving you a pass today. I nod. Thanks, JAX. But you've definitely put a target on your head. Let's just say, all my pranks on Ragatha are gonna take a backseat for the next few months. Months? His smile widens sadistically. Besides, if I kill you now, I can't torment you later. He pulls back, patting me on the shoulder. Good talk, new kid. He turns back to the party, pulling out a centipede for some nefarious purpose as he approaches Ragatha. Pomni walks over to me.
What did he want?
I shake my head. Weirdly, nothing. I guess we have an understanding though. Pomni smiles up at me.
Well, that's good at least.
I guess it is. Kinger approaches the fireworks with a lighter in hand. Who's ready for ice cream? Huh? He says, holding the flame close to the fuse. Wait a minute. Ice cream? Ice cream? Where? Okay, Kinger. I don't know how it's gonna be when they do a Kinger path. Like, I genuinely don't know. He says as he does, he jerks his hand at an angle and ignites the fireworks. They begin to go off in a sequence, filling the sky with a myriad of lights and shapes. The entire time, my hand never leaves Pomni's. With time, more and more of my memories return. We still haven't found a way out of this weird school yet, or back to our lives before. But one thing is for sure. As long as I'm with Pomni, I think I'll be okay. Yeah, that might be my favorite route. That was so cute and funny, and like, that might be the most well-written ones besides the JAX one. Those two are my 2 favorite ones. If you guys want me to try out the Gangle or Zooble route, let me know. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe and join the squad, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Shawty's up in here, this a anthem. Walk up in the room, still a beauty with a mask on. And just laid up, y'all be smoother than a panther. Didn't